everyone, this is Larry with Today I Feel Like. Today I am super duper excited because I have been wanting to test out this phone for months now. This is the OnePlus Open. This is OnePlus's first foldable phone, and I am really excited to try it out. So let's jump into it, see what all comes in the box, and then get my first impressions. So let's jump into it, and here we go. All right, let's take a look at everything that came in the box here. And we are going to first get a red cable club card here. So this is going to give us some other benefits. This is kind of cool that they offer a membership card like this. They have a more benefits pamphlet in here, some paperwork, your welcome guide, safety guide, and quick guide. We're going to get some stickers here and a SIM ejection tool. We are going to have a case here. It's a two-part case since this is a foldable phone. We are going to get a 80-watt charger here that's going to offer super fast charging with this phone, and the red cable here. And last but certainly not least, we have the OnePlus Open here, which is still in the paper. So let's go ahead and actually get this out so that we can take a look at it and see how this looks. So take that off. There is that nice screen right there, and you can't even see a crease on there. That is really amazing. And then on the back here, we can see this is going to be the back right there with the camera bump that's right there. Pretty prominent. It looks like it's a little bit more prominent than on the OnePlus 12, but it still looks, to me, it looks nice. We have sort of this faux vegan leather, or vegan leather, I guess, on the back there. And yeah, so let's go ahead quickly and just give it its initial fold. And whoo, look at that. This is nice. One, because it's nice and thin, and there's no gap in between there at all. So that is just very nice. And when it snaps open, it has a nice confident snap that says it's open. So yeah. All right. Well, I have it. I have everything unboxed here. So I'm going to go ahead and actually get this phone set up and get everything transferred over from my old phone onto here. And then I'm going to go out and shoot some photos and some videos, and I'll just use it for a little bit and give you my first impressions. Well, I've had this phone for a few weeks now, and those were a few samples of photos and videos that I've shot over the last couple of weeks of having this. And I wanted to give you a quick sample of what the audio and video looked like coming straight out of the camera. And so this is a shot of me just using the standard video app here in the camera. I'm shooting in 4K, and these are the built-in microphones of the OnePlus Open. So, but let's go back in, talk about some more features of the cameras, and talk about some of the other features of the phone. All right, well, we're back inside here, and let me first start off saying I absolutely love the camera system on this phone. The Hasselblad camera system on the OnePlus Open is fantastic. I love the way the colors are rendered. I love the subtle fall off between the shadows and the highlights. I love the way the portrait photos look. Now, if you dig into them, sure, you can find some imperfections like you can with all portrait photos that are coming from smartphones, but the only people who really pixel peep like that are, you know, reviewers and other tech nerds who are basically searching for flaws. The average viewer is not searching for flaws. They're just looking at good images. And this phone produces really, really good images. Now, the next thing I want to mention is the video with this phone. The video looks really, really good. Now, it's not the best video that you're going to find on a smartphone, but it still looks really, really fantastic. Now, one thing that I like about the video is that as you zoom in or zoom out, you will be able to do so really smoothly, and you'll see there's little jumps as it goes through the different focal lengths of the lenses, but in between those, the zoom is really fairly smooth and looks pretty good all the way through the entire range. Now, the cameras are good, but they are not perfect, and one of the most notable problems I have run into is when switching from the main camera to the ultra wide, the white balance is significantly different. Now, this is a real problem, especially if you're shooting video, because you want to maintain the same color, temperatures, and white balance throughout the entire, zoom. If you're zooming in or out, you want it to look the same. But also, if you're shooting photos and you're trying to match the colors of different shots, you want your images to look the same, just at different focal lengths. And unfortunately, that white balance shift, it really causes a problem in that area. All right, well, this next issue is a big one for me, and that is when you're shooting video with the OnePlus Open and you're in the manual mode or movie mode as they call it, you are locked into a 21:9 aspect ratio. So instead of having sort of the standard 16:9 UHD 4K aspect ratio, you have this 21:9, and if you're shooting the rest of your footage in a more traditional 16:9 and you try and lay some 21:9 B-roll over top of it, it's not going to look right, and you're gonna have to do some work to get full coverage over your A-roll. So it's just kind of a problem. It's an annoyance. I wish they would allow you to actually shoot a traditional 16:9 image with this phone with that movie mode. I would also wish that they would allow you to shoot 24 frames a second with this, because you're only really able to shoot 30 frames. It's just kind of annoying. And they did such a great job with the other elements of this camera system. It just seems to me like that's a software fix that I don't know why they haven't done it, and I don't know why someone made the decision to shoot 21:9, but it just seems sort of unnecessary and something that most people are not going to use. All right, well, let's move on and talk about the screens of this phone. And obviously this phone has two screens. It has the outer cover screen and it also has the inner screen. And you're gonna be able to get 2800 nits of brightness with this phone. So if you're outdoors and it's in bright sunlight, you're not gonna have to worry about it. You're gonna be able to see your screen, whether you're using the cover screen or using the inside larger screen. You're gonna be able to see your screen no matter what type of lighting conditions you're in. Now, one thing you'll notice right away when you get this phone out of the package, especially if you've had other folding phones, and that is the crease is almost imperceptible. You just won't really see it. It's there, but if you're not looking for it, you're not gonna see it, especially when you have the screen on. Now, if you have the screen off and it's just a black screen, sure, it's a little bit easier to see, but when you have the screen on and there's content on your phone, you're not gonna see that crease. Now, if you're running your finger across, sure, you'll touch it, maybe you'll feel it, but the way that these foldable phones are designed, that screen's right down the middle, and so most of what you're interacting with is off to either side of that crease. And so you're really rarely ever gonna feel it, and you're almost never going to see it. Now, because this is a folding phone, let's talk about some of the folding functionality of this phone. And one of the main features that I love about having a folding phone is that it can be basically its own tripod. You can set the phone down, open it up, and then you can use the phone basically as its own tripod so that you can take photos and videos if you're filming yourself or if you just want to make sure you have a steady shot. Now, when you're watching movies or TV shows on this phone, when it's open and you're using the main screen, if you want to set it down and have it in flex mode, some of the streaming apps don't really work well with folding phones just yet. But what you can do is actually put the phone in tint mode, and that way you can actually watch it on one screen and have the phone standing upright. Now, on the other hand, the phone doesn't have a way just yet to force all apps into a flex mode so that you can use it that way. But maybe a software update will come along that'll allow us to do that. But in the meantime, you still have access to tint mode, which basically serves the same purpose. Now, the last thing that I want to mention about this phone is something that I thought I was going to miss dearly, and that is wireless charging. The OnePlus Open does not have wireless charging. So if that is a deal breaker for you, then consider your deal broken. However, I will say that this phone has 67 watt fast charging, and I can tell you, you can take your phone from 0 to 100% in 42 minutes, which is blazingly fast. Now, if you are not all the way at 0, let's say you're at like 30, 40, 50%, or maybe 60%, whatever, and you just want to top your phone off before you head out for the evening, you can plug this phone in, and 10 or 15 minutes later, your phone will be fully charged up and ready to go. This thing charges so amazingly fast. I don't miss wireless charging at all. Not at all. I just plug it in for a few minutes. I'm topped off, ready to go. It's fantastic. All right, everyone. Well, there you go. That is my first impressions and sort of a review of the OnePlus Open. And I have to say, I really love this phone. This is my daily driver. I have a number of other phones, including a couple of other OnePlus phones. And there are some features I miss on some of the other OnePlus phones. Like I really miss the 24 frames a second and the 8K video that I can get on the OnePlus 12. But this is the phone that I choose to keep my SIM card in as my daily driver, and I absolutely love it. So it is the right price, it is the right size, it's comfortable, the outer cover screen is fantastic. I can use it very easily just like it is, or I can open it up. It's just a great device overall. So if you're looking for a folding phone, I would have to say so far in 2024, this is the one to beat. There you go. All right, I'm going to leave links to it down below in the video description so that you can check it out. I'm also going to leave links to my Amazon page and my social media contacts so you can reach me elsewhere. And I hope you enjoyed seeing this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and please subscribe to this channel and follow me on Instagram. And I am Larry with Today I Feel Like. Thanks for coming back to see me. Come back and see me soon. And until next time, love, peace, and hair grease. Peace.